sometimes say, "Hey guys, anything spiritual you want to talk about? Anything going on?" Sorry if I'm a little out of it tonight, but not so out of it. Can't talk. I might be a little mumbly, I guess. I feel kind of low energy, which is kind of contrary to the thing that I wanted to talk about. Was, what we had talked about before, which is noticing high energy lifestyle approaching the high energy. That it's not necessarily an external thing. It's something that you feel internally about being connected to the power of the self. So it's something that's important. So I wanted to see if you guys have been exploring that.
I don't know if I'm exploring that, but I have been doing that. Gosh, only he is over and over. And I find myself, when I first wake up in the morning, first thing comes to mind is only he is. And for like the next hour, it just keeps repeating. I'm not even thinking about it, but it's doing it. And so throughout the day, it's coming all the time. So that is quite a difference for me, because I haven't experienced that particular thing in the past. So that's my thinking is that's a good thing. So
sounds great.
Especially when I first wake up. I mean, it's there when I first wake up. And even there's times when I catch myself in dreams. If I notice that I'm in a dream, first thing, that comes up. So, God, what's this? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great, because that shows it pervades even both states.
But there was a deal yesterday. Oh, I was saving the world, in my fantasy. But the only he is was also there. It was there before. Then I go to save the world. Then the only he is joins me, and I know while I'm saving the world that it isn't true. So, and then after I was finished, I started thinking, why? Because the mind is enjoying that episode of me saving the world. The mind likes that, right? And then at the same time, I'm thinking, if I know that it's true, that only he is, what is the problem of doing that when it's like I'm playing a game with the mind?
Even the mind can enjoy doing it and recognizing that it's only he.
And then I thought, oh, well, you know what? Because in this fantasy, I was thinking of how the mind would be working when it wasn't there. When the mind in this fantasy knew that whatever was happening wasn't true. So I wasn't emotionally, there was no right or wrong. If I did something bad, I didn't feel bad about it. If I did something good, I didn't feel good about it. Then I thought, oh, I shouldn't be doing that, because I should just be concentrating on the now and just throw the mind out. But at the same time, it was rather enjoyable, and I knew that it wasn't true. So I didn't know if I was doing wrong or not.
Well, so the mind just came in and lied to you and said, oh, you should be doing something different. And then you believed the thought.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the catching the mind part. you were saying before last week about being alert to the mind.
Yeah, I'm becoming more and more alert to the mind all the time. It's like I'm not sure what a mantra is and how you're supposed to do it, but that was kind of my feeling of what was going on in the mornings when I first.
That is it. I mean, you've gotten to the essence of mantra, and that's why I usually by the time people meet me, they've already been introduced to different mantras, or they've played with them on their own or whatever. So it's a little different in the West, the way dealing with aspirants and mantras and things like that. So it's like they're useful and wonderful tools, wonderful friends that we have in our life. It's like how can you say? It's kind of like the wind praising God. I mean, that's like praises. That's what the mantras are, you know. So different people relate to that in different ways. And you've gotten to the essence of it. It's like people have a habit of trying to just repeat this name in their mind or whatever, but that's not what it's about. It's about really ultimately a surrender, and then the ultimate surrender is even to surrender the mantra, the one who's doing the mantra. But I mean, if there's someone, then do the mantra. If there's no one, then there's no need. I mean, the other thing too about what you were saying is that's also the essence of what's called the Soham mantra. So it's like the ongoing mantra of only he, only that, and also a sense of I am that. Only there's, you know, that's the meaning of it. Is only he. I am he, but fundamentally only he, because if there's only he, then where is there any I? So the hum, the beingness part is hit being him. So that's quite nice, Terry.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, I felt like something was things are coming together.
So when did it feel like things aren't coming together?
I'm sorry?
When did it feel like things aren't coming together?
That was in the past. I don't think so now.
Oh, that's good.
Julia, do you have a question? Because I have one more, then I'll be quiet.
Okay. Me?
You don't have to do it in any order or anything.
Hey.
Okay, maybe last night, maybe the night before, the mind was, all of a sudden I got a sliver of something that I want to find out what I really am. I want to find out about the formless where you aren't there and you experience the vastness and all of that. I never truly had that sliver of desire before, just very recent, and that kind of made me excited. I thought, oh, I remember reading from different masters that said that if you don't have a desire for the reality, then you're not going to get it. And I thought, okay, may again, this is happening now. So anyway, that's all I was going to say about that. I'm trying to go back to that sliver of a desire and expand on that.
Well, it's something that I was actually along the lines of what I wanted to talk about tonight, but also it's why I always ask people in the very beginning what their motivation is, what they're looking for, what their goal is, why are you, what have you come to me for? Because people have like ideas about enlightenment, about realization, these kinds of things, but generally people don't have that like burning desire in them. You know, it's kind of a rare thing to find, and it's I don't really know about cultivating it. I mean, I'm sure it can be cultivated because it's like it's in you already to know yourself, to be happy. I mean, it's like at the core of your being that's there, but the whole life it's been veiled by the ignorance of the mind. You know, basically the mind's telling you this or that. I mean, getting conditioned by other people and other thoughts, other schools of thought, or all kinds of influence. So it's one of the things that when I was talking about surrender, it got me thinking about what I said last week, and that made me elaborating on that a little bit more, because sometimes people don't have a sense of I guess, like, how can I say it? Like, what's the prize at the end of the rainbow? You know, like, what's the pot of gold at the end of the path? Or if I get my mixed metaphors all talked up. But it's hard to describe, because it's like I think that fundamentally we have a sense of a higher power. There's something beyond this limited mind, and that's really who we are, and that's really our source. And sometimes we call it God, sometimes we call it the self, sometimes we call it Buddha mind, awareness, all these different things, knowledge, so many different names. But there's an element of in surrender of humbling oneself. I mean, it's like maybe the first question that I should ask people is, okay, do you desire to become one with God, to become unified with God? Is that your life's goal? If not, go talk to somebody else. So what did you feel when you came up with this thought about desire for God? Or desire, I mean, it had a form or certain words, or desire to be enlightened, desire to know God, or how those thoughts formulated as it arose.
It was a very strong, pleasurable sensation. It was like, oh, that is something I truly, truly want to do. I mean, it was like during that little span of time, that was my ultimate goal in this life. It was a pleasure. That was truly the sensation.
You feel like there's anything holding you back from it?
Well, no, but I didn't think about, at that point, I didn't think about the attainment of it or the not attaining of it. I was just wrapped up in that strong, pleasurable sensation. That was like, oh, this is something that I need to follow through on. But no, nothing at that time or shortly after come up as a hindrance. It just, when it was past this little span of time, that emotional, that high just dropped down, and I kind of lost track of that particular desire. It wasn't that I didn't think it was not attainable or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this is something that's probably appeared in your consciousness before. I mean, what made you contact me?
Exactly. I had this discussion with Julia, and it's like, I didn't have any preconceptions when I was coming into spirituality or contacted you. I didn't have a clue about any of it. But there's something inside that wants it. It wants it. It just keeps pushing me, keeps pushing me, keeps pushing me.
Yeah, well, I think you've always been kind of philosophically minded. I mean, just the way that I've seen you interacting with your siblings, it's like you're kind of oriented more that way in general. But wouldn't you say? I mean, is that a correct observation?
I think you're correct.
Anyway, the time was right. We met.
Yes.
Seems like things are going pretty well. And you have an abundant harvest of fruit this year.
Oh my God.
I mean, if that's the worst that you have to complain about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be delivering a lot of pears here real shortly. Nice. Too bad you guys are not able to taste them.
Yeah. Well, you can always drop some up by my mom.
Yeah. I could give some, and I could boil them up and make them into pear butter and bring you guys a jar of pear butter.
Whatever you like, Terry. It's nice, actually. I mean, I love having fruit trees and nut trees and gardens. And there's this, it creates a sense of abundance, you know. Nice to be able to have and to be able to give to others. It's a wonderful thing in life. I miss a garden.
Yeah.
My next place, I'm going to try to have.
Ah, something else that has. Oh, go ahead, Julia.
Have you found the place, David? The garden?
No, I'm not even looking actually. I'm just dealing with day-to-day things mostly. A little bit of a rough weekend after getting that vaccination. It made me kind of sore and feverish, but I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it was already kind of wiped out from new medicine. And anyway, so that's all that.
Something has occurred to me, even though I've heard it 11,011 times before about drop the discrimination, everything is the same. I take this repeating that only he is surrender. That's how I'm going about it. And that's how I'm thinking of it mentally. And then out of the blue, again, after 11,011 times of hearing it, it dawned that the discrimination problem is all solved when the mind is not there. When you've surrendered and the mind's there, you don't have to be dealing with trying to not discriminate, not trying to have thoughts, not trying to have those things, not trying to do that. It all goes away. You don't have to concentrate on any of that stuff. It all takes care of itself. After all this time, it finally clicked, even though I'm sure I knew it mentally, but it's different when it clicks within. So
There's no greater joy than for me to hear you say that, Jerry.
good. So yeah.
That's why I say your joy is my joy.
What?
Your joy is my joy.
Cool. That's good to hear. So what were you going to say about the high meditation and stuff that you started out until someone rudely interrupted you?
Well, no, I think what I was trying to get at is that the importance of having some intensity and some energy in meditation, where you're approaching spirituality. And from what you said, I mean, it's clear that something that I said, that something struck a chord anyway, wherever it came from, because the energy level is definitely different than some days. In the past,
Yes.
it never has to go back to being confined or defined, contained. It's always, everything's wide open. It's really, it's quite an amazing thing, actually. You actually are surrendered that way, and your experience of things does shift, because then it's like all of the burden is taken off of you at that point. There's no need to worry about anything. You don't even have to say I don't exist. It's all taken care of. So it's a beautiful way. I mean, and yes, that's one of the things that I said. Um, only he exists is devotion itself. So I mean, it's like if you don't have that, where can the spiritual progress be, right? It's like you're always going to still be living in your mind if you don't lay it down. And that's kind of the ultimate thing. Like, okay, well, what am I willing to sacrifice? What's so important that I can say is me or mine that I can't lay it down, give it up forever? It's going to go anyway. I mean, it's only an illusion that we're able to hold something for ourselves, we call ourselves. It's just trying to hold a cloud or a wisp of smoke in your hand. Can't do it. You think we can, like, then you look, it's gone. Is there anything going on with you, Jay? How'd it go with the
Well,
patio? I was wondering, you never sent me any photos.
yeah, well, I took a break because I was exhausted and I had other things to do, and then it rained.
It's hard work.
But I'm gonna, oh my God. But if I have to hire somebody, they don't do the job. Like I do it like a manicure, I work with the water and I'm careful, so all the cracks are well covered, so nicely smooth, make the connection between the cement and the stone, which actually is not all cement, I show you the recipe. I'm doing construction work, Terry, so you are up to date. So 2 walls are done and the part of the patio. I'm going to send you the picture, but tomorrow I'm supposed to finish. Yeah. So I became a constructor worker full time.
So you haven't feeling well?
What?
You haven't been feeling well?
No. I was overwhelmed with what it has to be done here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like Terry, only he exists, but I noticed that when I say that, the only power I think we have is the attention. We are attention, actually. And when I say only he exists, my attention suddenly goes off the world, goes off thoughts, everything, and it's kind of looking back, looking towards he. I'm not seeing anything, but is the intent of directing the attention that it drops the attention from the world and it directs the attention towards what is always. I don't know if I'm explicit enough. So only he. And this is freedom. It's a very free place. And it's no burden there. I mean, it's, you drop everything, and if everything is he, it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if I eat or doesn't eat, because it doesn't. It doesn't matter if I sell the house or I don't sell the house. Somehow I want to sell the house, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, the ego mind is occupied to sell the house, not the beingness, So when I'm not stressing around this idea, and I say only he is, kind of, well, I have a place to live, it's comfortable somehow, I better enjoy what I'm doing here. And yeah, the intention is to sell it, yes, of course, to be able to move, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if I meditate or I watch a movie, you know, because it's just where the attention goes. Even if I watch a movie, I can look at that light, you know, I look at the self, so it doesn't matter. The self sees the room or the self sees the movie, it doesn't matter. But who is watching that matters.
That's nice. That's quite a bit different from what you said a couple weeks ago when you were like, well, I don't get a sense of the self seeing the self.
Yeah, well, I told you I had trouble with the language, but I was starting to perceive that. And it's more and more like only he is. And it's just the attention going from the objective towards the subjective. Sometimes I ask myself, well, is the right place? Well, there is not right place or wrong place. The intention of moving the attention to only he, I think this is, yeah, only he. That's all.
Nice. Makes things everything simple.
It's very simple. Yeah, because I notice when you focus on something, let's say you focus to sharpen a pen, yeah, your attention it's kind of going like this, you know, you see the point of the pen. When you look into the room, the attention is like the pupil, you know, the attention expands, so you see broader. So where you look, your attention goes. So instead of, consciously directing the attention into something particular, but when you become aware that you kind of direct the attention towards the source, to he, only he.
Yes, and so also
He sees.
your sense of your sense of identity begins to shift. So it's not again like we were talking about before. Like you're shifting your attention to him. It's only he. So
Yes,
who's
exactly.
shifting attention from what?
Well, the attention goes there.
Yeah, I understand. So as long as there's a sense of the world or otherness, then we were talking about before about being attentive about where the what the mind is doing, what it's saying or what it's believing or asserting in those moments, catching the mind and recognizing just simple things like that. Like, okay, well, am I living in my mind right now, or am I living as a container?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it also gets a little bit more more cosmic too, because what we're talking about still is all within the realm of illusion. It's all within the realm of appearances, and events, and experiences, and understanding, and all. So, yes, we have the power of tension and where to direct our attention, and also the discrimination of what's true and false. And so that's the most subtle discrimination, looking at the stillness and the unchanging and what changes. And that's not a discrimination. That's not something like like an attention. It's not an action that you're doing. It's a noticing and a sense of it's really impossible to describe, but basically it's recognizing that you're the changelessness and that all the movement appears upon you. And in reality, there's no two things. So it's like we talk about the world, we talk about our understanding of life in the world, and all these things, but really there's only heat. I mean, it's like all of that is a conceptual step down from ourselves. So it's the nature of the mind. It's the nature of dream. I mean, nobody can explain it. Nobody can give a description or explanation why Maya has appeared. You can see that it happens as a motion out of stillness. Some say it's the desire of God to experience himself. But that's just a concept too, right? Really. So there's a line between the two. It's not really a line because there's only one, but I mean there's changeless reality and there's ever changing awareness that we call God, that we call life, that we call consciousness, that's playing out on us as us. So it's also shaped by our concepts of it. Our experience of it is shaped by our concepts of it. So if we experience it in a limited way or, as under certain definitions or images that we have of ourselves, we experience it in a very limited way, but we don't carry that. And we experience life in a very open way. It's just expansive like space. It's just freedom in all directions. There's nothing binding anywhere.
Right.
So, but if we don't allow ourselves to at least live by, if we're going to live by concepts that are like that are uplifting, that are reminding the mind of reality that it can never touch. But it's like that. It's what animates the mind. It's what sees. It's what. Sometimes, if you could imagine yourself as like, say, a cosmic dreamer, and your nature is just empty, vast, changeless, still silence. And in you arises this motion, and from it, all thought, all elements. But the first element is the wind. I mean, it's the same motion that's arising. That's why it's said that the wind is the greatest of all gods. It's that original motion, spark of energy rising as motion into changeless. Still, the changeless remains unchanged. So there's this thing that the mind can't grasp, but the attention also it can kind of be directed in that direction, but it's really on this most subtle level, noticing that our existence is changeless and consciousness is motion that appears upon
Right.
us.
Right.
And in that way, we
Yeah.
become eternal, because when consciousness goes off, we still remain.
Right. Yeah. I perceive that I perceive that. I mean, yeah, and the other day I was looking at that, saying I am here, and then, I said nothing ever happens. I mean, everything is coming and going. Nothing real happens. We think it does happen, but in reality, nothing happens. So I don't know if I put right in the word, but I'm with you in what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not really anything to say at that point.
Yeah, truly not.
So then it's just a matter of how we live our lives.
Well, I don't think we have a choice. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Only he is. Whatever goes on, goes on.
Yeah. Well, that's why, for example, books like Das Boot are so useful, because he provides good examples, being able to discern between what's higher and lower nature. And, that he also points out the foolishness to think that everything, I mean, just because everything's he doesn't mean that everything's the same. It's like to taste good food and not dog poop or something. So it's just part of the dream. What it comes down to. You can say it's his dream. You can say there's no dream, only he. If there's a dream, it's his dream. If there's an experiencer, it's he experiencing through the senses, through the mind. Being able to use the mind even constructively. So if he No, I was just going to say, basically, if you come to a recognition that all is he, then yes, everything is taken out of your hands. There's really not much to say about that. So in that case, then we just rejoice and praise him and, serve the self in all beings the way that suits them, the way the self needs to be served in that form, not in the form that's pleasing to the mind of the dream character. No matter what I think that person needs, it's like for that animal or whatever. What do they really need? And also to be detached. Because so many times we think we're doing something good. mean anything.
True.
I think it was you I was telling a story about. We were on a trip in India. We had stopped to get some lunch or something. It was roadside truck stop. There was a glass case outside. It was empty except for there was this big lotus, grasshopper, trying to get
Oh,
out
yeah.
of the glass cage. And I thought, okay, well, be nice, I'll let him out. So I opened the door. He flew out, and in 1 second, the bird came down from the roof and snatched him away.
Yeah, yeah, you
So I
told me
served
that.
the self in the form of the bird, not in the form of the locust that the mind was thinking to do.
Hmm. Yeah.
But then it's also such a profound thing, like what you were saying about perceiving everything as he, and feeling that that's yourself also. Everything that you see, he is yourself. It's like the distinction between he and yourself falls away. So that's a place like of worship. I mean, that's a kind of like the mental worship. Or, in a way, it's like meditation. Going through life consciously instead of unconsciously, basically. But again, it's like from that form of that big cosmic dreamer. You know, it's important to put ourselves in perspective of that's our true nature, and this big changeless carpet that is like stone but also hugs us at the same time, sees all of these dream worlds and waking worlds and universes come and go and come and go and come and go. Our nature just still remains solid like a rock. So I hope
Yeah, it's always here. It's always here.
yeah. Space is a good analogy. Space is always here. Universes arise and fall.
Mm.
Space has attributes. We can
Right.
define it, describe it. Reality doesn't have those. Can't put the concept or the label on. As soon as you do, then that's it.
Okay.
So everything should become undefined.
Mm-hmm.
Then become
Okay.
completely free.
Okay.
So it's not just problems or issues, but look minutely, catch the mind. Where is it defining you?
Mm-hmm.
The mind tries to label you as, or define you as, or life as, or spirituality as. Not like that. So that way we become more open, more vast, more free. So you just free. And as Maharaj used to say, everything just a big fun. Like, make the universe dance on the tip of your little finger. He used to also say, make God dance on the tip of your little finger. Same thing. Be interesting to see how this recording comes out. What time is it? 10 o'clock. So have you guys had enough? Do you want to talk more? Or talk casually?
Hmm.
Just want to sit here and bliss out.
Well, I'm thinking I may need to go because I have a good friend who's paying close attention to me here at the moment.
Okay.
Bodily function.
Whoa. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, it was nice.
But I will stay as long as you guys stay.
I'm kind of tired, but I mean, it's only 10:10. So I mean, if you want to talk, we'll talk.
Well, Julia, I just noticed your Ranjit Maharaj in your background.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
changed place. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It is very, oh, yes. It's very nice.
It's a big piece of oak here. You see how thick it is? It's thick like maybe 8-9 centimeters. And I use it for the altar.
I see.
It looks very
Nice.
And this is from David. You remember? The one in the middle. This one.
Ah,
The picture. With Maharaj happy.
There's a lot of people
Under
have
the
taken
tree.
that photo and Photoshop different backgrounds and things like that. But that's the original place in Inchkiri where it was taken.
Inchagiri?
Yeah, Inchkiri. Age. Some people pronounce the age. Some people don't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Inchkiri.
Yeah.
There's dozens of temples there from Siddharameshwar Maharaj disciples, Bhausab Maharaj disciples. I don't think there's a Ranjit Maharaj temple there, but they usually always just went to. There's a main one there that Bhausab built for his master. So that's kind of every year they have this big festival. People from all the different, I guess, sublineage. I don't know what you call it. All the they're probably on like third or fourth generation of masters after Bhausab. So thousands and thousands of people show up there every year. It's pretty wild.
is that close to Mumbai?
Um, Giri, I think that it's no, it's not. It's in the, I think it's on the other side of the state of Maharashtra.
Oh,
Maharashtra's a big state. Twice, but I don't remember. I mean, India's a crazy place when you're traveling. It's like hard to keep track of where you are. It's like a
Have you
whirlwind.
been there? Have you been many times there, David?
To India, yeah, I've been to quite a few times.
To that place, to that place.
Yeah, I've been there twice. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Should we make a pilgrimage?
I'm probably going to do one more before, if I get a chance, before dropping this body. You guys are welcome to join me if you want. But I'll probably go there. I don't know if I'll go there during that time because it's crazy. I mean, it's thousands and thousands of people. But,
When would you go? When would you go?
I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe going in April, March or April. I have to go back to Mexico if I want to get permanent residency. I have to get that taken care of. And then I was thinking that I would probably stop there on my way back here. Stop in India on my way back. I don't know if I go to India, I might end up staying there for a while. There's another temple that one of my co-disciple brother, co-guru brother, I would say, built, which that's the one that has the life-size statues of in marble of Ranjit Maharaj and Siddharesh Maharaj. That has a couple, 2 or 3 rooms, I think, for guests to be able to stay. So, and I mean, I know the people that built it and people who go there to worship, so it's definitely a very holy place worth visiting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe spending a little time there. Peaceful.
Nice.
Aside from that, yeah, there's a few other places. At one time, I did this big tour named Pilgrimage Places, the lineage. I wouldn't mind doing something like that again. I'd like to go back to the cave where Das Boot was written there when I started working on it. It's also a very special place. Big monastery there. I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like India is my heart in some way. I wouldn't mind going back to maybe Arunachala for a few days or something. I don't have anything pulling me to Arunachala right now. Arunachala showed me it's always in my heart. So.
I wanted to go to Arunachala last year before I went to Thailand. And it was crazy. I mean, I could not find a room under $100 per night.
It's like spiritual tourism.
In 1999, when I went with my son to India, we paid $3 for the room, for the hotel. And now it's even $100, it's not enough.
I've heard that people have built houses all along the road that goes around the mountain, where people they walk around the mountain. It's called production.
They develop.
Walk around the mountain. People have built houses, they go around, walking around now.
They spoiled it. They spoiled it. Yeah, they spoiled it for money.
Well, I don't know. I think
that's it.
A lot of people go there because of Ramana Maharshi. So there's a certain power there with the mountains. So I think it's a valid pilgrimage place to go to. It also has one of the 5 main Shiva temples there. So,
Oh yeah.
Is that the mountain that he supposedly walked on? Every footprint of the mountain, his foot has been there.
I don't know about that. Maybe. Probably.
I have a question for you, Julia.
Hmm.
Are you going to be able? Well, not are you?